出生于美国底特律的 Kevin Kern 患有先天性严重弱视，无法看到世界。但是 Kevin 用音符征服所有人的心，他用音乐写景，用键盘绘画，许多的创作作品都充满了大自然的意象。透过 Kevin 的音乐，我们可以看到花园、山丘，甚至感受到海洋大自然的祥和与美丽。
A lot of people call you as a musician a master of melody, and your music is inspiring, enchanting. And how does that make you feel?
I am so honored to have an audience that has been so responsive to me and so supportive of me now for 15 years and more. It's a real privilege to have such a loyal following, and I look forward to entertaining them for many years.
美国告示牌新世纪音乐榜肯定 Kevin Kern 为最成功的新时代音乐风格作曲家和演奏家之一。越来越多的国际电影和电视作品使他获得了更多来自世界各地的乐迷。他的音乐也时常出现在美国电视节目，并成为许多国际电影和电视作品加分。例如著名的韩国电视剧《蓝色生死恋》，以及台湾30汽车广告 Seven 等等。
So from your first album, In the Enchanting Garden, your songs Through the Arbor actually get you noticed, well known now. So when it first happened, how did that make you feel?
The Through the Arbor song was a tremendous theme song that was in a very successful ad campaign. I actually went to Taiwan, and the Mitsubishi people presented me with a scale model of the Saturn. It's the only time that I, as a blind guy, ever got a car.
My goodness, isn't that special?
It was.
Yeah, 凯文的第一张专辑呢，台湾有个昵称叫做绿钢琴，非常有名的一张专辑。然后呢，他去台湾，他跟台湾观众第一次结缘，其实是透过一支广告，30汽车的广告，
对，然后让人受到瞩目。
是的，是的。
How does being legally blind affect the way you create your music, the way you perform? Because a lot of people think that's just unimaginable. How can you play music?
Well, I started to play when I was a year and a half old, but the effect that blindness has is this. For most of my life, I haven't been able to write down my music on paper for others to play. My ideas depended on a special relationship that I've had between myself and the beautiful pianos I've had the pleasure to know and love. As long as I live, even though I can now write down my music, the core of my creative experience still comes from that special relationship. And that's what I want to share with all of my fans in the special concerts I'm playing in the West Coast.
For a lot of people who are like, especially our audience, love their kids to play music, piano, play music. What would you tell these parents or the kids who wants to be someday maybe musically can inspire some people?
Well, play the music because you enjoy it. Some of you may become professionals later in life, but even if you don't, it will be a source of peace and a source of relaxation and a source of recreation all your life. And while you're young, listen to what your teachers have to say. They've been there before you. They've learned a lot, and it's no different than any other part of life. What adults have to say is important. Learn from that and practice hard, but just make sure that when you're making music, you do it because you love it, because you enjoy it, because it brings you pleasure. It certainly does to me.
What does this success mean to you?
As a blind person, it means that I've been able to support my family, which is very important. I'm sure every person, whether you're blind or not, appreciates the opportunity to provide for the people they love. And the support and encouragement of an audience all over the world has made it possible for me to do that. It's very important to me, and I'm very grateful to each and every one of you who have ever listened to or bought any of my music or attended any of my concerts. You've made special things in my life possible, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for
Oh,
that.
that's so sweet.
Kevin Kern将会在9月至中国演出，这将是他第一次在中国进行表演。对于即将到来的中国演奏会 ，Kevin 感到非常的开心与期待。
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you all. Thank you both. I wish you a wonderful tour and great success. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. 我们稍微休息一下，广告过后马上回来。